Everyone, I recently went to a computer gaming conference in Taiwan. You guys saw my videos there, and on the way I stopped by in China and Japan. And every time I travel to a foreign country, or even when I deal with foreigners here in the United States, every time I have difficulty with that, I swear I'm going to learn that language next time, especially if it's something I like doing. So I especially like going to Taiwan. To a lesser extent, I like Japan. I like the culture there, and also sometimes the computer gaming conference is held in Amsterdam. And I have a lot of funny stories about language barriers that I've gone through. One problem in Japan, it's not as prevalent in Taiwan, but in Japan, oh my god, you could go to a train station and everything is written in Japanese. The maps, the directions of even just which line to take. Because I go to Google Maps and I look up, okay, which train line I need to take and where I need to change trains. And then I go to the station, it's all in Japanese. And even the sign for how to get to the airport from the train station is all written in Japanese. And I really like Japan because I feel I have a good chance of looking for my future wife there. And every time I go to Japan, I swear, oh my god, when I get home, I'm going to study Japanese. And of course, the resolution usually only lasts for a week. I get home and then I got computer games that I want to write, and then I got other potential future wives that I want to meet at home, and then that's gone. I was recently, a year ago, I was at a conference in Amsterdam, and during the trip I also traveled to Gdansk, Poland, and I went to the beach. I have some dietary restrictions, and I found it very difficult to eat at the restaurants there because not too many people speak English in Gdansk. Gdansk is a relatively small town. In Warsaw, it was easier to eat out. In Gdansk, it's kind of impossible. And I really missed out because of the beaches, the restaurants along the beaches. It'd be really nice to eat there and look for my future wife, and I really felt I missed out. And I swear I was going to learn Polish when I get home, and of course, it lasted 2 days, and then I got a computer game I want to write, of course, especially because it's right after the conference where I'm learning a lot of stuff, and that's too bad. I don't have the same problem in Taiwan. I speak Chinese very fluently, and there's a lot of English signs. The only trouble I have in Taiwan or China is that I don't read Chinese characters. I also don't write the Chinese characters, obviously. Getting better at recognizing some of them. Sometimes you can take an educated guess. Some of the Chinese words are written in ways that if you have some common sense, you can kind of guess what they mean, and so I'm getting a little bit better at that. Even at home, sometimes language barriers can catch me off guard. Even here in the United States, it's not unusual in some restaurants to deal with Hispanic people. And one of my most frustrating experiences was one time I was at a sushi buffet, and I got so frustrated I ended up dining and dashing because what ended up happening was that I knew the sashimi was very safe. There's not going to be any additives in there. But I wanted to try something that looked pretty good, but I wanted to make sure it didn't have any added sugar or MSG. And it looked like they made it, and I'm pretty sure they made everything from scratch at the restaurant. So I didn't think it would be hard to ask for the ingredients. But the cook on hand was my guess is that Spanish is his primary language, and he didn't understand what I was saying. He didn't understand the concept of food intolerance in the first place, come to think of it, I should have used Google Translate to see what to type that in and see if that would have helped. But so he didn't know what was in it, and I asked the restaurant manager. She was Chinese, but she spoke English pretty well. But she didn't know the ingredients because the cooks knew it, but the cooks couldn't speak English. And I got so frustrated because they make all that stuff in the restaurant. You know, if they order it frozen and they heat it up, okay, I understand that part. That's why I don't go to a restaurant that does that. But this is something they made at the restaurant, and nobody could get a straight answer. And I was so frustrated, I left in disgust without paying. So even here in the United States, language barriers can catch me off guard. And I always swear I'm going to learn these languages. But I think Spanish, if I could learn it, would benefit me the most, because I could actually use it here in the United States. The other languages are only really good for travel. But I love meeting people in Eastern Europe and Asia. I get along with those people very well. To give you an idea of how, when I was traveling, I had two laptop computers, and I was packing them into a suitcase, and one of the laptops I really didn't want to unpack from that suitcase because it would be messy to repack that suitcase. And when I was in Taiwan and Japan, when I went through airport security, I just pretended to forget about the laptop so I didn't have to remove it, and hope that they wouldn't notice it. And in Taiwan, I got away with it, so I didn't have to repack the suitcase. And in Japan, the security, unfortunately, he noticed it, and I had to unpack. But I kind of laughed it off. You know, here in the United States, if I did that, oh my God, it'd be like they want to throw me in jail for like 50 years over that. But when I deal with Asian culture people, I can get away with all sorts of crap like that. I just very good with dealing with and negotiating with these people. Anyways, I just mingle with them very well. Is what I'm trying to say. But unfortunately, language barriers are going to be a problem. So it's just that. I wish the whole world spoke one language. Anyways, if you have any experiences with language barriers, and tell me your most embarrassing stories in the comment. Thanks for watching.